So over the past few years, TVs have continued getting bigger, thinner, and brighter. But there's still something different about projecting a massive screen onto your wall that instantly feels more cinematic. And this right here is the LG CineBeam HF85LA Ultra Short Throw Laser Projector, a setup that completely changes the atmosphere of a room the second you turn it on. Now, the reason this projector stands out immediately is because of how practical it actually is. Traditional projectors usually require a huge amount of distance. Complicated positioning, ceiling mounting, and enough cables to make your setup look messy. This projector avoids almost all of those problems. Because of the ultra-short throw system, it can sit just inches away from the wall while still projecting an incredibly large image. That means cleaner setups, fewer installation headaches, and a much more modern experience overall. And honestly, watching the display appear from such a short distance still feels impressive every single time. The design also deserves attention because it looks surprisingly premium. Instead of looking like oversized office equipment, this projector feels sleek and modern. The clean white finish and compact body allow it to blend naturally into a living room setup without becoming distracting. But design only matters if the viewing experience delivers, and this is where things start getting really interesting. The first movie I watched on this instantly felt more immersive than watching on a regular television. Everything becomes larger, more cinematic, and more engaging. Action scenes feel dramatic, sports feel stadium-sized, and streaming content suddenly feels more premium. The laser projection system also helps a lot with overall image quality. Colors look vibrant, contrast stays strong, and full HD content appears impressively sharp. For everyday entertainment like Netflix, YouTube, gaming, and movies, the visual experience feels surprisingly polished. One thing I noticed almost immediately was how enjoyable nighttime viewing becomes. Turn off the lights, sit back, and suddenly your room feels like a personal cinema. The larger screen size creates an atmosphere that standard televisions simply can't replicate in the same way. Another major advantage is the smart functionality built directly into the projector. You don't need to rely entirely on external devices because streaming apps and wireless connectivity are already integrated. The software experience feels smooth, modern, and easy to navigate. That simplicity matters because many projectors still feel unnecessarily complicated. This one feels designed for normal everyday use rather than just tech enthusiasts. The built-in audio is also surprisingly respectable. For casual viewing sessions, it works perfectly fine. Of course, pairing it with a dedicated sound system creates a far more dramatic home theater setup, but out of the box, it's still enjoyable. Brightness performance is another area where expectations were exceeded. In darker environments, image quality looks fantastic. During daytime viewing with some lighting control, it remains very usable. Naturally, direct sunlight will still affect visibility, but compared to older projectors, this handles brighter conditions much better. Gaming on this projector is honestly one of the most entertaining parts of the experience. Large racing environments, open-world games, and sports titles all feel significantly more immersive on a giant projected display. It changes the scale of gameplay completely. And that's probably the biggest takeaway here. This projector changes the way content feels because of the scale. Once you start using a massive screen regularly, smaller displays begin feeling limited. There's also a really nice minimalist advantage to projector setups in general. When the projector is turned off, your room still looks clean instead of being dominated by a giant television panel mounted to the wall. Portability is another underrated benefit. Moving huge televisions between rooms or apartments can be frustrating and risky. A projector setup like this is far easier to relocate and rearrange whenever needed. Now, obviously, there are still trade-offs. Like every projector, darker rooms will always provide the best experience. The built-in speakers are good but not mind-blowing. And OLED displays still maintain an advantage when it comes to absolute black levels. But considering the ultra-short throw capability, laser projection technology, smart software experience, elegant design, and immersive screen size, this projector delivers a seriously compelling home entertainment package. The most surprising thing for me was how quickly the giant display became normal. After spending enough time watching movies and gaming on this setup, regular televisions suddenly feel much smaller than before. So if you're looking for a cleaner entertainment setup, a more cinematic viewing experience, or a smarter alternative to traditional TVs, this projector absolutely deserves consideration. Hi guys, if you want to buy this LG CineBeam FHD projector HF85LA DLP Ultra Short Throw Laser Home Theater Smart Projector, why then please visit the link provided in the description. And honestly, once you experience your favorite content on a massive projected screen like this, it becomes very difficult to return to a smaller display.